very, very important for you to begin the year with. Like I said, I'll be posting a series of interesting videos that will guide you on your journey to becoming an expert in data science, AI, and also coding skills. Today, I want to talk about learning coding skills for data science and AI in 2025 and beyond. Moreover, this is a very important tool in order for you to be able to become a master in your area of expertise. So let's begin. Why do you have to learn coding in order for you to become a data scientist, an AI enthusiast? The role of coding is basically like the backbone of data science and AI. You just have to know how to code. Although it's no longer necessary, but it is very good. And I'll tell you why it's no longer too necessary in a couple of slides ahead. There is a growing demand for data scientists and AI professionals all over the world because of the big data boom that we have recorded lately. Also, when you have these coding skills, it practically make you indispensable. You can be able to function across several industries, ranging from healthcare, finance, agriculture, tech, entrepreneur, etc. So, what are the essential programming languages that you're supposed to learn? There are tons of them, many of them. But I would like us to focus on the key languages for data science and AI in the 21st century, and something I think is relevant for you. First of all, Python. Python is widely used for data analysis, machine learning tasks, and also AI automations. It's very, very common and it's very, very user friendly. So I would suggest for you to learn Python if you want to learn any of the programming language to start with. Secondly, R. R is another very popular programming language for statistical analysis and data visualization. It's also very good. I would recommend you to go for it. Yeah. And SQL, very critical for you to be able to manipulate data from database management and also query data from platforms like data lakes, etc. Julia, I don't really know much about Julia, but I am pretty sure it's not quite different from Python, but it's a language for high performance and numerical analysis. For mathematicians, I think this is very relevant. JavaScript, very important for you to be able to implement AI. For example, when you develop models, you will need data Java to be able to build an app. HTML, also very important for you to learn. What are the modern tools and libraries? Now, you have to understand that libraries in areas of data science have to talk about algorithms that others have written and have used to solve problems. So what we do is to get our PC, install Python, and you could use the IDE or the command prompts for you to be able to install some of these essential libraries and tools that you can be able to use them for data manipulation. Example of such libraries is pandas, the DPLYR. It's also do similar roles in R, like the pandas. Also for machine learning tasks, you have the sklearn, the TensorFlow, and PyTorch for deep learning tasks. For visualizations, you could use things in Python like matplotlib, ggplot2 in R, and plotlet. There is also a Seaborn, very interesting packages for visualization. Then the big data tools, you should know that because of the big data explosion, most of these data you cannot be able to handle them using your PC computational space. So you will require platforms that you could be able to manage this huge data set. Platforms like Apache, Spark, and Hadoop provide you with the right framework to be able to manage them. You also require cloud facilities like AWS, SageMakers, Google AI platforms as well for you to be able to manage big data tasks. So what are the frameworks for AI development? There are so many of them, but the popular frameworks, for example, deep learning, you use something like TensorFlow 2.0, PyTorch, the natural language processing, very, very important because of the emerging things we see these days from generative AI. The Hugging Face Transformer, very important. And for computer vision, we have things like OpenCV, YOLO are very nice places where you could be able to see several manipulations that you could do on things with images. Reinforcement learning, you could see things like stable baseline. Ray and Leap is also a very good framework for you to use. Well, there are several learning platforms and resources. However, you could follow online learning platforms like subscribing to our YouTube page at Data Edge Academy, Facebook, and also you could follow me on YouTube where I post exciting lessons and course materials with other people. And you could also watch other people and other experts on YouTube. You could also see interesting online courses from Coursera, Udemy, EDX, and Data Camps. You could also code on data boot camps where you could become a full-time programmer that could specialize in AI or data science. There are also interactive platforms that they post, for example, hackathons, competitions, and all that, like Kaggle, HackerRank, and Let's Code. Although I don't really know much about some of those other platforms, but I know a lot about Kaggle. It's very, very nice platforms where other experts worked on a competition put by industries or someone, and sometimes comes with the prize. You could be able to follow it and you could see some of the code at the end of the competition. There are also community resources like GitHub repositories, Stackflow, and Reddit forums where you could also see a lot of materials. If you remember, I told you that coding may not be necessary. Yeah, because there are platforms like ChatGPT that is beginning to come up right now that is challenging the status quo of the traditional coding, where you could just write command prompts and you could ask the ChatGPT to write the code for you and even analyze the data for you. So it's kind of not really important right now, but it's necessary because if you don't know how to code, you could easily get lots of fluctuations that could come from some sort of hallucinations. So I would advise you to know how to code. So what are the trends in data science and AI in 2025 and beyond? I think one of the new things is we see a lot of AutoMLs. Most of the tasks are now being automated using machine learning workflows. Also generative AI, like agent AI, is really becoming very, very popular. Most of these things, an agent could be able to perform different tasks and help you to automate systems that you completely bycode the programmers. And yeah, lots of them. So automation is really becoming very increasingly, and we will see that as we entered into 2025 and beyond. There are low code or no code tools. Like I said, democratizing AI development in platforms like ChatGPT, Google Gemini, etc. It's really challenging the status quo right now. So you could be able to tell, without having much knowledge of coding, you could be able to ask those tools to be able to do, you write the right prompt and could do that for you. So I don't know if you've been following up some of the things on prompt engineering, but you see that right now there is this emerging field called prompt engineering, where you could write prompts and ask the right questions, and the platforms like ChatGPT could help you to be able to solve the problems and even produce reports for you. You know, some of these could be much more accurate, although there are still challenges like privacy concern, ethicals, AI stuffs, and all that. You have to be very careful when you're using these tools. The edge AI, we are beginning to see increasingly tools that uses AI and IoT devices with lightweight frameworks. Um, Another very interesting field is explainable AI. Moreover, I belong to this school of thought of explainable AI because I usually believe that we should understand what the model is doing. We shouldn't just be working with complex models. So most of the time, in most of my work, you see I use a lot of explainable AI, interpretable machine learning approaches to solve many problems in area of health care. So the practical learning part, I'll give you a step-by-step guide to coding skills. First of all, you need to master the basics. You have to learn Python or R, know the syntax, know what is a loop, know what's a variable, know what's a list, what's a data frame, etc. Know what's a matrix, and also know the key libraries like pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, Seaborn, etc. This could be a very good step for you to be able to start your journey. You also need to know tools like Jupyter Notebook so you could be able to interactively see the code. Interesting things for you also need to know packages for data analysis, like I highlighted earlier on. Yeah, pandas is a good start. If you know much about it, it could help you. NumPy is also very interesting. I think physics stat is also very interesting for you to be able to know descriptive statistics. And DPLYR is very important package in R. It does similar things that Pandas does. And for the machine learning workflow, sklearn is very, very important. I would recommend for you to learn because that's where you could see how to be able to use tools like random forest, decision tree, logistic regression, super vector machine, etc. You could be able to see those interesting things. And then for deep learning, TensorFlow is a very good start. And yeah, for project, you could create end-to-end project on Kaggle and also GitHub. Very, very important platforms. GitHub, you could also use those platforms to collaborate. And then for specialization, you could actually pick up a niche. Like I said, for me, I belong to explainable AI. So most of the time you see me, I play around with lots of interpretable machine learning techniques. You could pick a niche in natural language processing, NLP, or computer vision. For people going into robotics, for example, computer vision is very crucial for them. Or big data, you could also pick an area there. And then you focus this techniques on the domain area like healthcare or finance or agriculture, etc. So how do you overcome the common challenges? Because nothing comes without a challenge. So first, you have to keep up with the rapid advancement. You have to read every day to stay updated through newsletters, online communities, etc. You have to manage these complex tools because they are evolving every day. So you have to focus on mastering the fundamentals. You have to understand the concepts in order for you to move to advanced topics. The real world is very complicated. As you know, model is just the simplification of the real world. So in order for you to be useful, you have to solve complex problems, engage in internship or freelancing projects, or you could also take up a career, maybe become a master degree student or even a PhD or something. So you could be able to lay your hands to get the real skills. So in conclusion, what are the road ahead? The coding skills is indispensable in this 21st century. You need it. Although, like I said, there are low coding tools, but you still need the basics in order for you to understand these things, because sometimes you could need them to be able to debug the code that is being written for you by generative AIs. You have to start small. stay consistent, and also you build a strong portfolio. And online presence is very important. Um, the future is quite bright because the world is moving towards data driven. So if you don't have this knowledge, you may likely face problems ahead because most things will be automated, but there will be a need for a human in the loop. So with that, you could be able to stay relevant in the 21st century. So what is the call to action? The call to action today is for you to start your coding